While running your AI agency, one of the most crucial parts of getting clients is how you take your sales calls. And for me, the most success that I've found in sales calls is when I'm well prepared. So as you can see over here on my website, we have booking links over here in which people can book in. Even over here on LinkedIn, we have a booking link in which you can click in here and go directly to my form and fill out your details. Now, when we get these sales calls, because I have multiple each day, I don't really have time to research these people or have the due diligence for each customer in terms of researching their company, researching their background. So that's why I've built this n8n agent over here, which is going to do hours of research for me, so I can have a pre-call report in a matter of seconds that's going to take me through that call and make that customer believe that I've done all of the research on their company and know exactly how we can implement AI into their company. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. Okay, so over here we have this n8n workflow, and to give you a brief rundown on what it does, as soon as somebody fills out a form over here, it's going to trigger this n8n workflow. Over here, we're going to scrape the website that they put into the form. We're also going to do some research on the company. Then over here, we're going to generate a pre-call report, and it's going to send it over to me via email. So let's jump in here and let's fill it out. Let's say this person's name is John, their phone number is this, their email is this, and their website URL is this one here. And then in here, you see we asked them the question of where do you see AI fitting in your business. Let's say they just want AI to handle the lead inquiries. When they submit that, then they'll come through here to book in their time slot. Let's say they choose 1 p.m. They put in their name again, and then they press schedule event. What that's going to do over here, as you can see, is it triggers this workflow. It's just scraped their website. It's now researching that full company. So it's going to go to their website, to their LinkedIn, to anything that they have online to get us as much detail so we can be well prepared before this call. And then over here, it's going to generate that report for us, the pre-call report, and then send us over a message on Gmail as the full pre-call report. Okay, so you can see now that it has outputted that email. And over here, if I jump over to my emails, you can see we have the pre-call prep for Folio Laurie, and he works at this company here. So you can see here, full pre-call prep, Greater London Properties, inbound lead, prepared for a 45-minute discovery call, focus on AI to handle lead inquiries. We have the primary goal is obviously what the person put in the form, likely pain point, high volume plus speed expectations, and the win condition is faster responses equals more viewings and conversations. Now, the outputted report has done all of the research on that company. As you can see here, we have the business. The positioning from the site is connoisseurs of London for 20 years, with an emphasis on relationship-driven service. We have potential AI opportunities. Primary objective for this call is to design an AI workflow that responds, instantly qualifies leads, and books the next step. And we have the full steps here, which is lead inquiry assistant, smart qualification routing, automated viewing, and similar property recommendations. We have actionable hypotheses to validate on the call. We have key discovery questions, and then we have all of the meeting info down here, and it even gives us a link to go directly to that spot on my calendar, and also to manage a booking, to cancel, reschedule, etc. So how we build this, firstly, is we need to come over here to fill out, and this is where we are going to build the form. So over here on fill out, it's called fillout.com. You can sign up, it's completely free. Then you're going to come over here to the create section, and you're going to create a brand new form. So we're going to create a brand new form. Let's press blank form, and we can choose the design that we want, or we can even use AI to create the theme. I would just choose a simple design. Let's choose this charcoal one down here, press create form, and this is going to be the form that all of our leads are going to come in towards. So let's call this form test n8n. Now over here is where we need to put in the detail. Like you seen at the start of this form, we need to collect their phone numbers, their name, their email, their website, and what they are actually looking to implement with our AI services. So we're going to come over here and firstly add in and ask this person, what is your name? Then we are going to come over here and look up email, and we're going to collect their email. So I'm going to put that under here. We're going to collect their email. Also, we want their phone number. So we'll put down here phone number, and you can come over here to change this to whichever country you are in. Let's say it's United Kingdom. And then down here, we also need to collect what they are actually looking to implement from AI. So we're going to come over here and look up the long text or the long answer, and we'll kind of give them the opportunity to express their thoughts. So we'll say, where do you think AI can fit into your business. This will give them the opportunity to tell us where they think AI can fit in, but it also gives us the opportunity to prepare for the call. So we know before we get onto this call, kind of in the range of what they're looking for. If we don't ask this question, then we're going to spend 10 to 15 minutes on the call trying to figure it out. And for some calls where I haven't asked this question, I wasn't even able to figure out for the whole call what they were actually looking for. So when you put this in, saves you a massive amount of time, also gives you some clarity as you go into the call. So we'll put that in as the 4 questions, and then the next page we're going to come down here and add a page, obviously, so they can put in their booking. So we'll add a scheduling link here. You can see all of this is free. It's going to be a 1-to-1. It's going to be, the meeting title is going to be meeting with Folu. Let's add a meeting location. It's going to be Google Meet, and we can press create. So you can see now we have the first page where we ask questions, and the second page where this person can book in for their meetings. You can see down here, obviously you will have to connect your Google account to this so it can book directly into your Google Calendar. All of this you can change this as much as you want, your availability and so on. And when they click here, then they can also book their slot. But what we want to do over here is press publish. When we press publish, then we have this link in which we can put on our website or on our LinkedIn so people can book in for appointments. But what we need to do now is make sure that whenever somebody fills out this form, it's going to trigger our n8n. So we're going to come back out here to the home page. We're going to come up here to where it says settings, in here to settings, and we're going to come down here to where it says developer. And we need to grab an API key here. So you can see I have my API key here. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to come over to n8n. And now the form section is done. Now we're going to start building this n8n workflow. So as you can see over here, the first node that we have here is a fill out trigger. So whenever somebody fills out a form, trigger this node. So we're going to come over here. We're going to look at fill out. You can see they have an app here in which you might have to install. You can see up here I have it installed, but you may have to install it and then press add to workflow. When you add it to your workflow, you're going to have to create a new credential in which we're going to put in that API key that we just copied. And when you put that API key in, then you should have a credential here with the name of whatever you called it. Now over here is where we need to select the form. So you can see here, there's the form that we just created, which is test n8n. And now when we finish that, whenever somebody fills out a form, this node is going to trigger and it's going to start doing the research for us. So I'm going to delete this. Can press save on this now, and what we want to do over here is firstly scrape that person's website. So one thing I forgot to add to the form is another section which is their website URL. So I'm going to come over here, I'm going to look up website URL input. You can see here we just asked them for their website in which they can put in their website URL, and we can republish this now, and now that's ready to go. So back over here on n8n, we know that we have that first node finished, and then we need to scrape the URL to get the content of that URL input from the form. So what we're going to use is this thing here, which is called Firecrawl. Now to get Firecrawl, we're going to come over here, we're going to look up Firecrawl, and then down here we are going to scrape a URL and get its content. What this is going to do is essentially scrape that person's URL that they put in and output all of the text from their website so we know exactly what the website is saying. Now over here for Firecrawl, you're going to have to create a new credential in which we need an API key again, just like we needed on fill out. So what we're going to do is come over here to Firecrawl. We're going to sign up. Again, it's completely free. So let's press sign up. After you sign up, then you can come down here to the API keys and very simply just copy the API key on this page. Bring it back over here to n8n. Bring it back over to n8n and press create new credential and put your API key in there, and now you will be fully connected. Firecrawl gives you free credit, so all you really need is the API key. Put it in here and you don't have to think about it again. Sometimes maybe if you're using this very often, you might have to come back over to Firecrawl and add some credits to your account. But I think when you're starting out, if you're only doing maybe 5-10 meetings a week, then this will be completely fine. You won't have to pay anything. Now after we use that again, we're going to use this scrape URL, get its content, and we're going to use the URL that we get from the form. So whenever this form triggers, it's going to output this information over here, which is all of the text that they filled out. So you can see down here we have the website URL, and we're just going to bring that value over here and drop it in here, and now it's going to scrape their website. Whenever it scrapes the website, we can keep all of the rest of these fields blank, and you can see here the output is all of the text from their website. Now the next node we want to use is the perplexity node, and this is going to do research on that person. So we have their website details. Now we want to do some research like their LinkedIn, any achievements maybe that they've made, their footprint, like how big is their company, how many employees they have, etc. So what we're going to do over here is we're going to use a perplexity message model. So I'm going to come up here and look up perplexity. We're going to select this one and press message model. Now in this one here, we're going to use a perplexity account. Again, you'll have to connect your perplexity account. We're going to use the operation message model, and Sonar Pro is the one we're going to use. You can use these other ones like Sonar Reasoning or Sonar Reasoning Pro. They're going to be more expensive. Obviously, they're going to do more research and be more reasoned about the research. But for me, I think Sonar Pro is completely fine for this use case. And then over here, we give it some text. Now, the text that we give it is, we have a new lead who filled out a form for our AI automation services. Their company URL is, again, we get this from the form over here, so we can close the scraper. And you can see from the form, we bring over their URL, and then we say, and they responded with this variable. So we're going to bring over this variable of what they responded with. You can see here the person said AI to handle lead inquiry. So we'll drop that in and we'll say they responded with that to a question where we asked them, and then we put in the question, which is the name here, as you can see. So where do you think AI can be beneficial in your business? We'll bring that in. So we say they responded X to the question Y here. And then we say your job is to find out as much detail as you can on this company in terms of reviews, achievements, also anything regarding the response and potential ways we can help them specifically, and what other people in the industry is doing similar to them, but also the industry leaders. And what this is going to output is basically a full amount of research on this company, on their competitors, and exactly really who they are as a company. So if we scroll down here, we can see the output over here gives us a full output on this company, all of the details about them, who they are, where they are based, any employees, their social medias, etc. And what we do with that is we pass it over to another AI model, which is going to generate that report for us. So to get that, we can come over here and we can look up OpenAI. We'll click this and press message a model, and we can message a model over here. Firstly, we need to choose a model first. I'm going to use GPT 5.2. Seems to be the best model out now, so GPT 5.2 is what we're going to use. And in here, we are going to give it the prompt like this, where we say, I want you to create a professional pre-call report on this inbound lead. We have already done some research on the company and captured the lead submitted form responses. The report will be used to prepare for a call and identify how we can potentially benefit them. Inputs, we give the website scraped content, in which we get from over here, from the scraper. We'll come down here, grab the markdown and put it in here. That's the website scraped content. We also give it the company research summary, which we get from over here, Perplexity. We're going to scroll down here past all of the citations and come down here to wherever the output is. If we come down here, you can see we have choices, and we're going to put in the content, which is all of the outputs. And then we say the lead's answers to the question, where can AI fit into your business? And we give it their response, which is going to be down here in the form. Come down here, find that question, and we give it that value like that. Then we say the lead call details. We give it the name from the call, the phone number from the call, in which we collect the user's phone number up here. We also give it their email, in which, again, from the form, we get their email, we get their website, answer to AI fit, and also the meeting details, in which we come down here and we grab the full meeting details. So whenever they book a meeting, you can see it will output this for us, which is basically all of the meeting details. If we come down here to the scheduling section of the form input, then you can see we have all of the details. So I'm going to bring that over here and drop it in. Then we say for the report requirements, output must be a neat HTML suitable for emailing to the person responsible for the call. Use professional fonts and colors, centered content with a reasonable width, structure the report with clear sections, ensure heading sections, include actionable insights, avoid clutter. When we finish that, then this is going to output something like this, which is a HTML report, in which we can send over as an email to one of us. And in here you can see we have a send a message email, which you can find up here in Gmail. Come in here, find send a message. In this send a message, Obviously, I'm the only person that's going to be taking these calls, so we'll send it to me. And then down here for the email type, make sure we select this as HTML. And for the message, we're just going to put in the output from the AI. So you can see here, grab the text, drop it in here. And when we send that off, then that's how we get this email over here, which is the full call report. We have all of the meeting information down here and everything about the company up here, so we don't have to spend the time doing all of the research on that lead. That's going to be it for this video. I just wanted to show you how we prepare for calls. If you want to start your own AI automation agency and scale it to over 100k per month like I've done with my agency, then click the first link below where you can join my free community, download all of these n8n templates like the one in this video. I also have my paid community where we get into a little bit more detail and I help you one-on-one. If you like the sound of any of them, click one of the links below, and that's going to be it for this video.